Recording in progress.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what is Challenge 18, how and why. Okay, I'll start with why. The world is changing. AI allows us to change the way we manage systems, the way we manage society. So just think, what if, okay, people were paid to study? Okay, this is a paradigm shift. Okay, like not just register to a university A or B and maybe get funded with a scholarship. No, I mean, not only not paying for the courses, same like you do on Coursera, Udemy, and so on, you're also getting paid, like see it as UBI, Universal Basic Income. You're receiving something basic to study. And add to this the microfunding. Okay, so the studies happens in small groups led by one of Challenge 18 mentors, and they work toward building up a business plan that can help their communities, their families themselves rise out of poverty. Okay, so this microfunding could be of 200, 500, 1,000 US pre-seed microfunding for them as a group, all committed toward achieving that, showing in the business plan, okay, this is how much we're going to get. This is what we're going to make after a year, after 2 years, 3 years. And this microfunding could be even a loan to be returned to the bank after a year or so. So this is the initial idea. This is like so far, like for the last 3 years, I've ran hundreds of groups with tens and even hundreds of thousands of people participating in Challenge 18. What's unique in the program that it's not incorporated. It's not like formal, I don't know if you to call it informal education. This is different. I call it Challenge 18 because the participants are challenged to commit to change themselves, their way of thinking, the attitude, the way they act, do things, and it's spiral, it's open. Each and everyone can choose what is it that they commit to change, knowing that it will make the world around them a better place. So this is more or less, in short, the second phase that we enter after like 3 years of activity, or is inviting people, this format of education. So with that being said, I would love to invite you to consider becoming our strategic partner, our sponsor, and more. Like, I mean, don't hesitate to contact me. Now, how to escape poverty? I'm gonna now further like introduce the thoughts behind. So yes, how to escape poverty. So I had like thousands of refugees so far participating in Challenge 18, and they all have asked me, Sharon, like, I mean, we love it. Like, you have helped us raise our level of understanding, of interest, and even becoming more active in our community in regards of, you know, everything around us. Like, you know, let's say, because the template is according to the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. So it encapsulates like anything humanity is struggling with. So how to escape poverty? There is no single human being that can escape. These stories are like role model, you know, like the princess, you know, that, you know, everybody aspired to be a fairy tale stories. But for most people, it's really hard. I mean, they remain poor, you know, or people that even, did not born poor, they become poor just because, lack of opportunities and maybe the wrong mindset, but, we are part of a society. So what I'm trying to say is that, like, you cannot succeed alone. It takes each other to win the day. It takes each other to build a community. This is not new. I'll share a story. So once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a king, which was generous and kind, and he ruled over his kingdom with fairness and compassion. And one day, a terrible drought struck the land, and the crops withered and died. So what do? The people of the kingdom were starving and desperate, and they looked to the king for help. The king knew he had to quickly to save his people. So he called upon the wisest men in the land to come up with a solution. One of the wise men suggested they should pray for the gods for rain. But another wise man, a humble farmer, said that they should not rely only on the gods, but he suggested they should work together as a community to build a large irrigation system that would bring water from the nearby river and fields to the fields. The king was impressed by the farmer's wisdom and immediately ordered the workers to begin building the irrigation system. The people of the kingdom worked day and night, and soon the fields were lush and green again. The crops began to grow, and the people were able to feed themselves once more. I can say that at the same time, the king also took on the suggestion of the wise men. So it's like, let's also pray and also build this irrigation system. Okay, so the kingdom prospered, as you understand. They prospered again, and the king was remembered as a wise and benevolent ruler who saved his people from starvation. And the moral: in time of trouble, it's important to work together as a community. So you see, that's the importance of why gathering small groups of people in Challenge 18 to work together, to come up with solutions like an idea for a business, a venture, even just to feed their families. Imagine this multiplied by hundreds, and you have changed the world. And that's the thing now, that with the power of AI, we see now ChatGPT, how it helps us as an advisor, but people don't need an advisor, just like this king. This king is inside of each and every one of us. The farmer is each and every one of us. We need to act. The wise man that wants to pray for the God, yes, we need hope. We need to pray, but hope is not enough. We need to act. Okay? These are the times that the way we manage society changes. So we need to prepare ourselves. We need to help those in need to escape out of poverty. And this is why the paradigm shift. This is why paying UBI, something very symbolic for people to study, not just now, anything at all. Start with those courses, topics that can really help them escape poverty. It could be like studying programming, right? But here, what's so unique about Challenge 18, it's really about empowerment, helping people escape this poor mentality of lack and adopt a mentality of abundance. That's the most important thing we could help people with, not acting out of lack of resources, of money, of time, of knowledge. And then you see them acting like poorly, with the decision making, like tactless or stupidity and so on. And it shouldn't be that way, People could be trained think better, to become better, and that's the goal with Challenge 18. What else? Okay, so about the challenge, I previously presented other videos, so both in English and in Hebrew. So I'm not gonna not gonna be long in the explanation what it is. But what's unique now? So it's like this. So there are WhatsApp groups that people are invited from all over the world, and once a week there is a few tasks. One or two of the goals the SDGs is sent, and these tasks are sent to the groups. Once a week there is a Zoom call with the entire group, and there is another Zoom call with the mentors and the smaller groups of the 5 to 8 people as a group who wants to build the business plan. That's what's so unique now. And as I said again, as humanity is reaching, I don't know, singularity or conscious AI or whatever it is, just now, with how I said, like, people don't need the advice, they need wood for the fire, right? To start a fire, we need the wood. I started saying it and now just recalled. So it's really about leveraging the power of digital tools for the betterment of humanity. Yeah, so the goal of the training course. So I said it's self and group empowerment, it's creating new businesses and support groups, a familiarity with the SDGs through play. It's all like very playful. You receive tasks, you choose which one you want to commit to, you mark with emojis, you receive your scores, you receive Ting coins. Okay, so this is how we could build a global community so people could start trading with Ting coins. It's developing the leadership skills for the 21st century. It's like closing socioeconomical gaps, especially we focus in developing countries, like in Kakuma refugee camp in Kenya or Pakistan and other such alike places. The mechanism also played forward. So the participants are also encouraged to open their own groups for the families, for their colleagues from work or school, for their students. I already run teachers training seminars and courses here in Israel. That's very successful, and I would love to see that all over the world. All these programs we run here in Israel for Jews coming from all over the diaspora. This what's makes us so successful as a nation, as a why we are so ingenious, and because of these programs that helps us to help us to be as best as we can. This could also now, as I mentioned, with the power of ChatGPT, could be built into a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization. Like everything that we need could be prepared for that. So again, this is not an educational formal program. Okay, this is about training people to become as best as they can, training communities to become as best as you can, helping people escape poverty, helping communities escape poverty for the benefit of humanity. So that's more or less. I would love again to hear from you, ideas, advice. You're more than welcome to become potential partners, sponsors, or extra matching funding if this is something of your interest. Yeah, the workshop doesn't cost. Okay, I mean, I could charge $1,800 for that, for the 8 weeks of the ongoing program. or Dana, like pay as much as you can. But I would really love to see refugees and people from developing countries are receiving a very symbolic UBI like payment to motivate them to join us rather than going and joining Daesh or I don't know, or just, getting depressed. Imagine, like, I mean, why yeah, I think you got the idea. Um uh, so yeah, I would like to thank you for your time and attention. And again, let's do it together. Thanks.